yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh 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 yeah. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. 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 Oh yeah. I forgot to change the fucking go live notification. Whoops. Oh well. It happens. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. TikTok freaked me out today. On the browser page, it shows me having 0 followers and following 0 people. And that was freaky as hell. For some reason, when I opened up my TikTok, for some reason it showed very wrong amounts of information.
And game. Ooh, I think I know what these are. I'm gonna use them tonight.
Allergy pills.
You said, all right, I haven't gotten a gift in a while. Okay. This is a bottle of frickin' Pepto-Bismol. Are you serious? You know I have indigestion. This is not funny. It's no thanks to Spookies. Okay, I'm trying it. Oh, okay, the weight matches up to a wobble, Junior. We're off to a good start. Why is it so hard? Did you leave it out overnight? This is an uncooked batch of French fries.
This is easy one. You've done okay. You've done okay. What's been done now? This shit.
All right. Yeah, I like this. No way. This soup is freaking insane. No way. You got me this? You serious?
It keeps happening. What the fuck? What is going?
Let's see what you got.
So I try to go to my profile, and it goes, sorry about that, something went wrong. What is going on? I have to refresh my TikTok, and then it shows up, but it shows 0 everything for some unknown reason. And I checked like on my app, and it was perfectly fine. I don't know what the fuck's going on with TikTok. I'm gonna check online. I'm very curious what's going on with that, because that seems really bad. TikTok. Desktop. It's saying that it could be a fucking internet connection again, which is just blatantly wrong. So every time it's just some random thing. Last time it was Twitch that was doing this, and now it's TikTok that's doing this. And I'm like, that's weird. That's very weird. I don't know what's going on that proportionate half of weirdness. Funny videos. So every time I go to my TikTok and I click on the TikTok page, and I go to the profile, because it starts you off on your For You page. It says something went wrong, please try again. If you refresh it, it keeps breaking. But if I reload the whole fucking page from where it's supposed to show, it'll then show it. Funny enough, if I click on the follower page, it shows me that there are people there. It's really freaky. I don't know why they're doing that. We've checked all avenues and it's not on us. On my end, everything's fine. It's just really weird. I don't know what to say. Very awkward. Whatever the case is, just another problem of a sea of issues. A sea of issues. Here we are. Everything looks good. Everything looks golden. Yep. 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 Mmm. Now it is time. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. Well, Twitch side, it's just me. Twitch side, just me. TikTok side, just me. YouTube side, just me. Damn. Sure. We out here on that lonely game tonight. I got you, homie. Time to play that Warframe. I fucking did it. It sucks. Recently, I don't know. There's fucking so many goddamn problems. Everybody's depressed. All the VTubers, depression. All the fucking content creators, scammers. All the fucking complaints. It sucks. Why am I over here? Oh, right. D&D. Right. I'm over here now. I'm big now, dog. There you go. I'm a big. Yeah. I'm big, dog. It's like, but check it out. So during my hello, Anthony. Hello, Gizmo. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate everybody being here. Take you, take you. Very happy. I found out today I'm not in a a very fun emotional state because I'm eating pizza with fucking goddamn sour cream because I'm a fucking freak. Goddamn freak of fucking nature is what I am. I'm eating that weird ass shit. I'm eating that weird shit. Got that sour cream, and I got that pizza. I'm eating it. I do ketchup too. It's just fucking tomato paste. Hey, at least it's not mustard. I should try that. I should try that. Your tomato paste? Nah. I guess I'm probably sweet and sour sauce. Ow. Mmm. Mmm. Are you good? Are you good? I don't think he was good. Lichen. And hello, Slow Lazy Slop. Welcome, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. Nova's been crafted. That's pretty neat. We got a free slot. I logged in and we got a free fucking slot for another Warframe. And we got, like, 2 new weapon slots, and that's pretty cool. Free shit. Never complain about no free shit. Who complain about free shit? Not me. I don't complain about no free shit. I love free shit. New mushroom guys out. Ooh, I'm evil. I'm evil, doggy. I am evil, doggy. Who do I want to play today? What do I want to do? What do I want to play? Oh. Fireball. I've got fireballs in my Detroit Smash. Should I level you up? I don't really use you. I only use you to cheese shit. During mastery ranking, I only use you to cheese particular platforming segments. I usually play Comey just because I like to fucking spam my fucking abilities. I just like to spam the first ability, and I like to spam the last ability. And all honesty, I don't really use, like, to this day, still don't use Omamori. I don't use Omamori. I kind of use Omamori, kind of. It depends. I'll use Omamori occasionally, but the main one I never use is like Omikuji. It's really weird. I don't know. I don't know why. Like both abilities are useful. It's just I don't like playing a random fucking mini game. It's just boring. Ah, yes. Shoot this target from 1,000 miles away. I was farming Comey earlier. I like Comey. Comey's one of my favorites. A book. Hmm. Well, that's ironic. I'll take the book. I like...
For action.
I'm not. Oh, I'm not ready for any action. I think it's kind of fucking scary. If I have action that I have to fight and I don't want to fight, I just want to read my book. I just want to read. And the most broken weapon right now. Whee! Let's look at the market. Wow, a Wukong skin. Hey, yo, that's just kind of fucking ugly. I don't like it. Even if I change the colors, I still think it looks ugly. I don't know. The jacket's cool. I like the jacket. Like the jacket and like the pants. I like how it's like trying to go for pants style. I like that. But it's I don't like the droopy eyebrows. The droopy eyebrows are gross. I don't like that. I hate that. It's disgusting. I don't like the droopy like. It's fucking gross. I don't like it. I don't like it. Cut that off. Chink. I bet it would look better if it wasn't green, but still, I can't take the goopy bit. And that part freaks me out. No return to monkey. I don't have Wukong. I also don't really play Wukong. I've tried him out in the thing that I could try out. I don't actually fuck with Wukong. He's kind of boring. I don't like his kit. I heard he was a lot stronger back in the day. He's got mushroom Damn! Why do these fucking goddamn mushrooms have such fat asses? What the fuck? Hey, yo, what the fuck? Hold your fucking tone. What the fuck? What is that? What is that? What is that? That's fucking crazy. Oh, now it's like, oh, now we have our female Warframes and their fat asses. Now we have tiny mushroom creatures with their fucking fat asses too. Hi, I'm Toad, and I've got a fat ass. Gotta back that shit up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What the? Somebody, what the fuck? Oh, these are the cheese spy missions. Oh, what? What the fuck? Why do they have such fat asses? They were even bigger. Their butts were even bigger on their plushies. They don't know what they're. Well, they know what they're doing. I don't like this gun. I have trypophobia. Shit's fucking me up. A mustache! This is the best thing they've ever added. Verbatim. Give me. Give. I want mustaches. Fuck yes! The mustache! Verbatim! I'm taking it all. Everything. I don't care what that is. I want the mustache. Did I grab every mustache? Did I already get... Fuck it. Did I grab every... I'm just gonna keep grabbing mustaches. Did I grab all... I think I grabbed all mustaches. Did I grab this mustache? Did I grab the investor mustache? Mustache. I don't care if I'm picking up multiple mustaches. I want them all. Give me the mustache. Mustache. Give me the mustache. The mustache. Fuck off. Give me the mustache. Mustache. I want the mustache. Best item. Hands down. I can't. Fuck all. Anybody that says anything else, wrong. It's the mustache. The fuck am I looking? What the fuck is this? Why does it remind like panty and stocking or like... No. This reminds me less panty. This reminds me more of like my life as a teenage robot. I'll take it. Maybe it is trying to be panty and stocking-ish, but it does look like my teenage robot. My teenage robot.
Navigation has been updated with new invasions. Chaos is spreading.
Just like your mom. I'll take it. I'm stealing all of it. It's mine now. There's only a single credit. Why would I not? There's another ink tat? Give me. Show me. Whoa! Hey, this is back. This is back. Wow! And whatever that is. Ooh. I take. This is for breast cancer, isn't it? I think I remember it being about that, or at least it reminds me of it. I think it is. Ooh. 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 There's so much to be had. So much to be seen. I can't wait. What the fuck is this? What am I... A stick! Dear God. A bucket! No. Wait. There's more. Dear God. Wait, there's more. No. Yes. Mangoosles! Arigatou gozaimasu! Following on the tiki-takis. Thank you. We're actually almost at 2,000 followers on Tiki-Taki. That's crazy. Thank you to everybody on Tiki-Taki for following and hanging out. I appreciate it. Never thought that would be a thing. That's really sick. Sick nasty. Yeah, well, this is, Yo. I wanna preview this. Why am I so fucking unnecessary close? It's like somebody's like... It's like, whoa. Enough with the sniffies, dog. No. I must sniff. Ew. Oh my god, a skin for this fucking gun? That's crazy. For the Day of the Dead, that's cool. Oh, that's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. That's sick nasty. Dude, you can make Majora with that. You can make Majora. If you could color that, you could probably make Majora's Mask. That's pretty sick. Oh, there's so many items. There's so many things.
Let's get back to it.
Never! You can't make me, 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 da do 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 da. Da do 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 da do do da do do da. Was this right? I don't... Oh, right. I have to choose a blueprint I want. Mag, Loki, Rhino. Loki, Rhino. Loki, Rhino. Loki, Rhino. Loki, Rhino. I want Rhino. Fuck yeah. Boop. Sonic! I need that motivational Sonic music. We need that long-form Sonic music. Best of Sonic music. Trying to find the fucking playlist I always use. There it is. Fuck yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Go! Fuck yeah! Yeah! What? The lag! What the hell? It's just Sonic music! The game can't handle the Sonics! It's too epic! Who should I go with? I just got Nova. Oh, I didn't set you up. Fuck it. I am Frost. Yes. Yes. Bring it on. I'm strapped, motherfucker. Let's take that to Crete. We're doing this! Ah, here we go! I haven't played this in a long time. I'm gonna be so rusty as fuck. How do I switch? Ah, here we go. Woo! Yeah! Take that! some! Go get some! Take that! Can't touch this. Nope. Ah! Can't touch this. Take that. Nope. No, no, no. Oh, that bitch. Bitch. Take some of this. All right. Ow. Woo! Ow. Ow. He's like, all right, we got him. You'll never defeat me. Take this. Whee! Can't shoot me now, bitch. Take this. Touch. I'm going to touch you. Touch. I'm gonna touch you. That's so fucking ominous. They're like, ah! Die! Can't touch it. Ow. I get in the fire and I get hit by the after effect of the fire. It's already out. What a lame ability. Stop cheese firing. You stop cheesing. Ah. I gotta be careful of my own attack. I get stunned a lot. Is it just me? Is there something a little bit wrong with, like, the movement? Something's a little bit off to me. I don't know if it's just me. But I make movements and they're not working properly. Also, the heavy stun is getting more absurd. Like, I'm getting heavy stunned by my own stuff, like, way worse than normal. See, I'm moving in an opposite direction, and I keep moving forward. I don't know why.
Your life support expires in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know. Not like I can do anything about it. Excuse me. Yeah, something feels off. I can't pin what's going on, but like my movements are being sluggish. Like trying to dash around. There's like, did you see that? Did you see that weird? What the fuck was that? I'm like full momentum stopping now. What is that? That's weird. There's like this weird momentum stopping you can do. I don't know if it's just me, if But like, I'm momentum stopping mid-movement and then backing up. Yeah, I'm like momentum stopping constantly. You froze, asshole. Excuse me. Sorry. Pardon. It's weird, I feel better not moving around like a sporastic maniac. There's definitely something off. I don't know if it's just my game, maybe it's just corrupted or something like that, but there's definitely something weird. I'm getting these weird, like, motion spikes. It's not like the game is stuttering, it's like more like the actual motion gets completely hot, like, fucked. Whoa. Like, I can still move slightly frequently. Just there are points... Uh-oh. Whee! There's just points where, like, I'm moving and then I'm not moving. No. Nope. Take this! Give me that battery! Yeah, did you see that? I'm slow too. And that wasn't even from this guy that just popped in. I was just slow. What is that weird... There's the movement stuttering. I'm movement stuttering. That's so weird. I am heavily movement stuttering. It does not feel... It feels weird. Normally, Frost isn't like this. Like, I don't deal with this normally with Frost. Because I don't normally deal with him like this. Frost is fun. Whoops. residual. Welcome. No! No! Take that! What the fuck happened to you? Take that!
An extractor is out of power.
Okay, what just knocked me the fuck down without actually showing me what knocked me the fuck down? I definitely... That time it was me. It feels like sometimes I do damage and then other times I don't do anything. Sometimes I'm destroying and other times I'm just absolutely just not doing damage. Something is wrong with the game for me. It's slow. I should never say that Warframe is slow. That is an egregious sin. If my game feels sluggish, that's a problem. Excuse me. God, it is word, but not exist. Sometimes those guys slow me down, but that should not be enough to... Nice. I've been good. Oh, let me turn down the music. It's loud as fuck. Drop down with a red roll. In this world. In this world. Yeah, something felt really fucking weird. I don't know what it is. I don't normally have that stuttering problem before. I was like very awkward. There was like this extreme, like super extreme sluggish like movement. Like when you're like What days am I doing the D&D sessions? The D&D sessions happen every Wednesday. So our fun little D&D sessions will be done every Wednesday. Hello, Dexter. Welcome, welcome. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm over-exaggerating, but that definitely felt very awkward. Like, the movement felt so janky. Like, I was sluggish, I was slow, I was barely moving. At times, I felt like every input was about 3 or 4 seconds delayed between what I was actually doing and what the game was trying to think I was trying to do. So, like... bam, bam. People born in 1991 to 2006. How's life? Pain. Why do I have back pain? I'm still so young. True. Dude, I couldn't go to sleep last night because my legs were hurting really badly. It took me all the way up until like fucking, I think it was like 7 or 8 a.m. in the next day to be able to like actually fall asleep. But yeah, the D&D sessions happen every Wednesday. Around, I'd say about 4. We're trying to do it around 4 o'clock. Yesterday we didn't, the last time we did our session, we didn't do it at 4 o'clock because there was a lot of there was a few things that were a little bit out of tune. The GM, our friend Wolf, he had to make food for his family, so it was about an hour. And for us, we ordered pizza, and then we realized we didn't get drinks, so we had to run over to the convenience store, which took a little bit longer, too. Because we also had to wait 10 extra minutes because the person was on break. Perfectly reasonable. But, you know, when you're on a time crunch, it happens. But, yeah, around 4 o'clock is usually about the time we want to try to do the session, so we have a lot longer to do the session. Which I'm really enjoying the D&D session, so I hope people don't mind that we're going to be doing essentially an entire D&D campaign every Wednesday. I wish that I wanted to invite other people, but we just couldn't find anybody that was able to do a weekday schedule at that time. Like, I thought about asking Razzle, but, like, I don't know how Razzle's schedule is. Schedule? I don't know how the schedule is going. I don't know if the schedule is the perfect. I don't know. Yeah, I would have asked. I would have asked Vanessa or Erica, but like they seem pretty busy as well. So because I'm sure they would have probably liked to actually do a D&D session, especially because it's about space. It's just space. Like, we don't even have with the current system. We could have added magic, but we didn't add magic. I'm a psychic, like through the session, right? And my roommate slash friend, you know, Moon, he's a engineer. So I mean, it was really fun. It was really fun too. I mean, we got our partner Henry now. We got Henry. We picked him like da 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 da, and we got Henry now. We actually had a discussion off stream afterwards about the whole idea about. Could you be a GIF in the campaign? No, that's a D&D. It's not D&D, by the way. It's actually Pathfinder, called Stars Without Numbers, I believe. Campaign Stars Without Numbers, in particular. So you can't really be a GIF per se because the D&D half of it is somewhere else. It's the races that for the session as well for us, we cut the character creation half of it, by the way, out of the equation. I would have loved if we could have added the gifts. I mean, that would be great. I mean, it's just you know, I've only played Pathfinder video games. Yeah, so we're doing a Pathfinder run for Stars Without Numbers. It's been pretty fun. Like again, I want you to know how talented and awesome my friend Paws on Paper / Wolf is at the D&D campaign stuff. When we rolled to see how many ships were in the cluster, by the way, we legitimately got the highest roll, 6 ships. So we didn't have to spend all the time trying to analyze everything, but we did. And that's what's the beauty of it, right? And then we chose ship 1 and ship 3. Ship 1 was kind of a bust because it was just drugs. Drugs. But we got a cool robot out of it. And then ship 3 was all improv, by the way, because it just wasn't part of the normal campaign that was set to do. So they had to come up with all that shit on the fly. They had to think up on all that shit up on the fly. Like the story plot line with the gates the story plot line with Henry and the plant overgrowth inside of a ship. All that was done on the fly, by the way. The darkness, the everything, all that on the fly. I want to tell you, if you are any near creative artist and you know how difficult it is to improv something like that, especially when it comes to numbers, equations, and stuff like that, to improv that in a way that felt natural, it's not easy. And I want to give credit to my boy, because he made that stuff. We were all goofing and laughing and having a good time with that one. Like, dude, the scene where I kept fucking missing the fucking plant and the plant kept missing me in point blank range. We're like, yeah. I was like, you poor bastard. It's just shaking him. Like, you son of a bitch. I'm sorry. You know, and like the scene where the dummy thick ass of our engineer, Cyrex, fucking getting in the way every time I tried to make a shot, making a joke that every time I tried to shoot my gun, it was because his ass kept bouncing onto my arm and I kept missing profusely. It's a really fun idea, like just making jokes along the way. I really had a good time with it. And I hope that people really enjoy it as well, because it is... I think occasionally just sitting down and talking with people and just doing this type of stuff for me is really fun. Again, like I said, I'm very much like people orientated. I like hanging out with people, and D&D is a great way to, well, do that exact thing, hang out with people, you know? I love it. Hello, Ellie. Welcome. Are you looking to buy stuff? You looking to buy stuff? I need 75 for that. No, I don't really have anything to buy at the moment. No. I'm just existing. That was an accident. With the D&D session stuff, I really do enjoy it. I would have loved to invite them to the session, but I just don't think that their schedules align. And honestly, I don't know if... To be fair, I don't... 2 out of the 3, I don't even know if they'll respond to me about it at all. Again, I'm just being honest. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, I just don't know if they'll respond about that, which is perfectly fine. It's not like that big of a concern. But like I said, I would have loved to invite them because I think it would have been a fun time for them. I think it would have been a fun time for everybody, you know, because we're literally just enjoying ourselves. In the session, to simplify it so that we can, because it's not a super long, it's not supposed to be like a mega long campaign. The idea is that we're trying to, the entire campaign hinges on the fact that we gung-hoed to basically pull out a loan, essentially. But the loan really is just, hey, we want this ship, and so we're paying it off in increments. Like it's like we're basically loaning the you know, the car and trying to pay it off slowly in order to own the ship, right? So we have to pay a certain amount of money every month in order to be able to do that. But it's very lenient because in order to travel through space, it could be very long, right? So we're at a point where we sidetracked so fucking hard that we went to this one ship looking for anything of value, not expecting a platoon of extra story, like a whole ass side story about some ancient fucking ship and some ancient like civilization creatures and gates and shit. It was just us trying to find some loot on a scrap ship, and now we've got Henry, our boy, our goat, the plant Henry. And we had this entire idea, like, in fact, the DM was curious, again, Wolf was curious if we were actually going to, what we were gonna do about Henry. Because Moon, his character was traumatized from getting jumped and getting stabbed from above. So my character, being a level-headed character with a high level of charisma, comes in and just, you know, sweet talks his way and realizes that I'm just being nice to this creature who I realize is very hostile. We come from two perspectives and created this whole path line between the two of us that was basically me being very trusting of this little plant creature, learning that it's Henry, that it's a guy from long ago, And we're now being like, we're gonna give Henry a mecha suit. We're gonna make him Henry, and then like... And I just want to say, I really hope it doesn't end up like that one campaign, Fart Buckle. I really hope we don't accidentally pull a Fart Buckle on Henry, because I will be sad. Because I love Henry. Henry's awesome. If you don't... okay, the context of Fart Buckle, by the way, if you don't know, it was a D&D campaign that was done. They found a goblin. His name was Fart Buckle. And during a time when the players, 3 players, were basically at wit's end with this crystal that was slowly killing them and damaging them, and it was going to basically kill... Whoa. Whoa. What the fuck was... Hold on. Better? I swear to God, I hope so. I don't know what the fuck that was. That was weird. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Wow! Okay. Again, so, if you don't know who, Fart Buckle is, I don't blame you. Because Fart Buckle was a character that I don't think a whole lot of people knew. I'm gonna turn this on, see if this helps. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. But Fart Buckle legitimately was a very interesting character. Because Fart Buckle was a character all about... Like, he was a goblin who was very scrawny, very weak, caged. They found him on their adventures. And in the end, when he literally said that he wants to save his friends, so he jumps in front of the blast to save them. And then they do this whole scene that's really fucking depressing, talking about how you get vivid flashes of all the memories that you spent with Fart Buckle. And then at the very end, while he's basically scarred, burning, and basically dying, he basically goes like... He's like, I am happy. And then he dies. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking depressing. Like, that was so sad. It was really good, though. But, like, I really hope we don't pull a Fart Buckle, essentially, with Henry. I even made that joke at one point without realizing that it was basically like Fart Buckle. Which I was like, no, I don't want a Fart Buckle. Like, how I talked about, like, the doors and then him holding it up so that we could escape. He's like... like, the joke, I literally said that. I was like, I just realized that was a Fart Buckle. Just like Fart Buckle in terms of, like, self-sacrificing. Because they were able to live a life. And so... Wolf did not think that we were... He didn't know if we were going to, and... wasn't expecting us to try to take him with us. He thought we would get the information and just burn him alive. Instead... we took him with him. We take him with us. Because I was like, I am convincing that we're taking him with us. And it's really funny. It's so fun. I'm sure it would have been a great time to have, like, more people in that session. Where there's, like, multiple mixed emotions running high. You know what I mean? Because I think D&D's best feature is that it allows for people to basically, like, hang out with each other. You know what I mean? It allows for us to talk and express ourselves and be a part of a community, if that makes sense. It allows us to feel like we get to invest ourselves in a story. Because the thing that I love about D&D and Pathfinder and all those things is the sense of imagination and creativity. It's your own adventure. You go on an adventure, you choose your path. You don't need to follow game logic to go anywhere. You can do almost anything you put your mind to, as long, you know, the risk of death and all these other things. You know, it's such a cool idea. And as I said, I didn't finish that other statement earlier, but to simplify the campaign, since it's just about that, like, trying to pay off that loan, which is just really fun. We're just taking missions, going around, trying to explore the vast clusters of the star systems to just try to make enough money to meet's end to be able to go and save the day and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Or basically save the day, quote unquote, is us not having to lose our ship. But that's beside the point. I've always enjoyed that, and we have to simplify it so we can get right into the campaign instead of trying to pick a race and all these other traits and all this other stuff. We skip that. Everybody's just human for now. The thing is, if we die though, we're trying to continue the pace of the game. So we'll most likely just make a new character to reestablish connection and stuff like that, if that makes sense. So that's when you can choose your race and stuff like that. So, you know. Which at my point is I'm picking a plasma morph. I'm just saying. Don't at me on this one, dog, but plasma morphs are hot. I will hear no words of it. They can choose whatever they want to be. And I think they're hot. They're basically like living plasma, right? That morph into whatever they choose to. Usually taking a more humanoid appearance so they can, like, communicate better. Which I believe Wolf took from Starbound as a race, which I think is pretty cool. Let me try to get you an image of one that's the artist for this one, I guess, is Kate Fox, that he found as, like, an example of what the creature would, like, basically the thing that they could be. So here's what a plasmoid could look like, theoretically. They're like plasma. They're not human necessarily, which is how we made one of our NPCs based off of Queso the streamer. He's a big amorphous blob of a man, plasmoid, who talks to an unknown entity. It's really fucking funny. And I really love doing this. I wish I had more people that I could, you know, interact with that would love to do, you know, D&D sessions or, like, just, you know, games and stuff like that. I'm working on a video right now. It's like, you seeing this, chat? Exactly, he would do that. By the way, the funny part is he owns a junk shop, like, where you sell junk to him, / a very nasty fast food restaurant. It's super obscure fast food restaurant. And, the thing is, you don't know how he makes his money, right? Because no one really knows about his shop except for, like, a very small handful of people. So, and he always the scrap. So, you know, as like a lore thing, is the reason why we don't have a whole lot of money is because he cheaps out on us. He never, if we give him a scrap that's worth 100, he'll absolutely try to short end us for $5. But because we kind of feel bad for him because of his circumstances, how weird he is, we just take it anyways. It's not like it's that big of a deal. So, or at least at the time, it wasn't a big deal. So, it's really funny because his name is Krato. Not Kratos, like Kratos, the man, the myth, the legend, but Krato. Because his name is Case-O, get it? Because it's like case, like a briefcase. So instead we call it crate, like a crate, like something else that holds something. And add the O to it. Instead of adding the O-H to it, it's just O to shorten it. So, Krato. And whenever he starts talking to his chat, he'll randomly just say out the gate, like, Thanks, Kratos left nutsack for the 150,000 credits. And he just he just gets money randomly. You don't know who he's talking to. He's not live streaming, by the way. None of that. We have no idea who he's talking to. That's the running gag, is that we have no fucking clue who he's talking to. Yet somehow these things that he's talking to are giving him money. And it actually applies. It's so crazy. Yeah, basically he's like a fourth dimensional streamer. We just can't tell what the fuck's going on. It's so funny. He's gonna be such a great character when he's introduced. Because do you want to know what we based his image, like his... So imagine that. So like I said, remember this plasma girl, right? How her skin is like discoloring, right? Take that coloring, okay? I want you to take that coloring and apply it. I want you to apply it, okay? To this. That is Kratos, essentially. This is the amorphous blob. We don't know if he's male or female. He has those chicken feet. He originally had a normal chair, like a normal wheelchair that he would like go around, but it kept getting stuck because of all the junk. So we helped him build a flying device chair that would allow him to traverse his space. Yes, he's basically based off of Crew from Jack 2. Instead of an arms dealer, he's a junk trader. Instead of a bar owner, he's a fast food, obscure fast food restaurant owner. He's basically Crew, but with Queso's personality attached. In some capacity. So yeah, that's what's really funny about it. Like, it's so good. I know I should be playing the game. Is this Fortnite? Nah. Who plays Fortnite? That shit's gay. You play Fortnite? Ew. Who plays Fortnite? Bleh. 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 Sorry, I hate Fortnite. Personally. I think it's just a boring game. It's boring to me. It's nonsensical. It's way too overstimulating. With how much shit's going on the screen. There's too many weapon types and too many random power-ups and too many... There's just too much. There's just too much happening. There's just no fucking synergy with anything you do. I could pick up a pom-pom that shoots fucking kamehamehas, summon a gigantic, like, death meteor and transform into a feral werewolf by letting out the beast within, jumping around, and then pulling out a shotgun after my transformation ends and then killing someone. It's stupid. There's no rhyme or reason for half this shit. It's just dumb. I don't know how people play that game. I don't. I genuinely don't. It's just full of brain rot. Also, did you hear... Did anybody hear that very recently, apparently, an actual study came out? I need to find it. It was announced on Twitter by the guy, like, funny enough, the show, like, the thing, and I thought it was the funniest thing on earth. If true, that's hilarious. That's all I'm saying. If true, fucking hilarious. Let's see. Sorry. Let me try to find it. I'm trying to find the, it's... Let's see. I'm trying to find... I want to find it. It's really funny. It's about TikTok, by the way. I'm not even kidding. It's about TikTok. If I can only find it. I have to scroll through so much, and I don't know if I can find it. I know what it's about. I just want to find the exact message. Or the exact tweet. If I can. Because it'll just be way funnier if I like actually read it out, because it's just fucking crazy. Because I'm like, if that is true, that is fucking absurd. That's all I'm going to realistically say. For now. Here it is. Found the page. Dextero. A new study reveals TikTok and Instagram content actually rots your brain. Excessive short-form videos, video use is linked to reduced cognitive function and lower life satisfaction. The American Psychology Association now directly connects that format with notable decline in mental health. Can I just say that's fucking wild? So people unnecessarily making like shitty, like brain rot content actually is hurting people. It's no longer just a joke anymore. It legitimately is. Now, remember what I said about how Fortnite feels like it's just a fucking overstimulation thing? Right? And how it has no cohesion. It really loses focus. And like there's just nothing going on in that game. It's just pure brain rot. That might now have more power than you think it does now. Because if short-form content that's all over the place causes genuine problems within people, imagine what Fortnite of all games is doing to the average human brain. Could you imagine a study comes out and it's found that people become stupider if they keep playing Fortnite? Imagine how hilarious that would come out. I'd be like, ain't no fucking way. That's crazy. I would cry laugh. I would cry laugh and also be sad for everybody that probably was affected by that. Personally, I'd be like really disappointed. You know? But I just think it's so fucking wild that that's even a thing. People would point to it and say the video games in general do it. I know they would absolutely do that. I wouldn't even like bat an eye towards that. I know they would, but like the comparison difference between an average game and Fortnite is night and day. Can you coherently tell me like half of the roster of shit you do in that game? Can you give me a concise thing that Fortnite is? Can you give me a defined thing that it does today? Back then, it was a battle royale game. You could describe it as a battle royale game with a crafting element to build your own defenses. Can you say that about the game now? Kind of, yes, but that's not what the game is anymore. It's just Roblox now. You can make your own games. You have the standard game modes. It's everything. It wants to be everything. It wants to be your everything app. And that's a big problem in gaming industries today, is that every single company, whether it's TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Fortnite or Roblox or whatever, any game, they're all trying to get your attention. They're fighting to be the one-stop shop for all things related to you. You know what's even crazier is that it's happening in the gambling scene. The gambling scene is also having this problem where they're actually doing this. It's really bad, and there's nothing we can do about it. And I hate the fact that that's a thing, because gambling is just very dangerous. And so, like I said, it's just all over the place, man. Also, I'll be right back. My roommates are back. most weird? I heard phantom voices again. I think I'm going fucking crazy. I think I'm going fucking crazy because I swear to God I heard their voices and like stuff, but there was no one home. I was like, weird. It's kind of fucking free. I have like these problems where I randomly will hear phantom voices of people I know. It's really fucking freaky sometimes. Because I was like, oh, they're gonna need help probably picking up the groceries and bringing it up. So it's because they're getting groceries and stuff like that for them. So I was like, oh, I should go help them. But yeah. Octavia Prime. Rap tap tap. Yes. But so like I was saying is it's so strange that that today we're dealing with all sorts of like problems like this. Like, has anybody realized just how bad the streamer scene is right now? I don't even feel comfortable enough to message streamers anymore, personally. I'm too scared. I'm gonna put a little secret in here. I'm too scared to message Razzle right now. Nothing on them, by the way. It's just I feel like I'm taking up their time. I feel like I'm like, hey, do you want to like play a game? Or like, you know, or like you want to like collaborate or something like that. And I feel bad. I feel like I'm wasting their time. I think it's just a big problem in streaming in general because it feels, again, Razzle and crew are part of their own like little, they have like their, you know, the Ren group. And I feel like I'm impeding on that. I feel like I'm taking away from stuff that they might be scheduling and stuff like that. And so I feel really bad. And nothing on them. Again, like I said, there's nothing on them. It's just I feel like I'm taking away from their schedule to try to collaborate. Especially because I feel like I don't have anything to offer. Because I feel like that's the really biggest, scariest, and most painful part about trying to reach out to content creators to collaborate with is, I feel like if I don't have anything to offer in terms of a collaboration, then, like, I'm just leeching, or I'm being a bad, like, it's just like just doing something bad, because it's like I reach out because I want to meet new people, but I feel like I feel like I'm obligated to give them something in return. You know what I mean? I feel like I have to like give people something. Like I have to, it feels like I have to be transactional, and I hate that part about it. That makes me feel really uncomfortable. I feel like it's always and that's anybody, by the way. That's not just, I'm not pointing that out like as like a specific target. That's literally just a genuine statement. I feel like if I wanted to reach out to a content creator, you know, if they see me and they go, well, you don't have anything to offer me. I have more numbers than you. You're worthless to me. That's how I feel like it goes most of the time. Or they're unsure of what I am or who I am, and they might think that I'm just trying to take advantage of them, for example. And I get those feelings too, because unfortunately, the internet space right now is full of that. Right? Like, look at the top streamers today, right? Like, look at all the biggest big game players in the streaming space right now. How many of them do you think legitimately are genuine friends with each other, and how many of them are just transactional friendships? You know, they're friendships on the surface. They go to parties and stuff like that together, but are they really fucking friends, or are they content creation like piggy banks for each other? You know what I mean? Like, when I see like Ludwig, oh, excuse me 1 second. Hello? You know, I thought I heard you guys earlier that I came out to go help you, so that was weird. But I guess I heard you guys outside, like I heard like the door open, and then I heard you guys talking. I was like, what the fuck? And so I was gonna come out and help you guys. And then, funny enough, you called me about like a few minutes after I did that. I know, there was no one home. That was the scary part. I'll come down for you. Like, so about like, what, 5 minutes? Oh, okay. All right. I'll be right down. All right. My roommates are here with the stuff. I'm gonna go help them. So I'll be right back. We'll talk about more about that when I come back. Music is on loop. It is not. Okay, now it is. goodness. What's good? I'm back. Apologies. Whew. Fuck. That was a little bit longer. My roommate Moon, friend, pulled a muscle on his back. Not good. Very painful. So, hi, I'm back. Let's see. How about here? Nothing will ever be funnier than that Game Grumps fucking thing where they... Friday! Get on the rod, Friday! Fight the dip! God. I don't know what their obsession was with that. That shit was funny. But I just wanted to say it was really funny that TikTok is now associated with genuinely, like, the idealisms and brain rot are more valid than we thought they were. I just think it's crazy. You know? I'm sorry, I just saw something funny. But, I'm trying to remember, like, some of the conversations, try to remember what we were kind of talking about. That's impressive. Go, girl. Sorry. Okay, so... Right, we were talking about... Haha. Scammer got blocked. Scammer got blocked. That has been a godsend, Lichin. That has actually saved me so many times. There's been a few times where somebody has found a way to bypass it by making a whole new dialogue. But... It's rare for them to go past the standard dialogue. Buggers. But it's magic. It's a magic. I do want to say that because we were talking about trying to reach out to people like other streamers and stuff like that. There is a huge reason why I think I'm so afraid to even reach out to people I already know. like, I did reach out to Razzle before, but they just didn't have the availability to play the game that was from before. Which was perfectly fine. I just said, oh, it's no worries. You know, I'd rather... I don't want people to buy games or feel like they're obligated to do anything. You know what I mean? So, if a game is too expensive or they don't have the budget, like, that's perfectly fine. If I could afford the game, I'd be like, oh, I can get it. I can get it for you if I could do that myself. I normally would do that if I could. You know, I'd be like, oh, I'll get it for you if you want it. If you just... If that's the particular problem. Normally, I would do that because I'd be like, you know, it's perfectly reasonable. You know? And I think it's, you know, just being able to play games with people that I enjoy playing games with, you know, and hanging out with, more fun, you know. But again, one of the problems is, for me right now, is with how things have gone, I feel like, for the sake of, like, Razzle and crew, for me personally, it's the idea that I'm taking away from important matters. Like, I'd be like, you wanna try playing a game together, but they might be doing something else. They might have already pre-scheduled a bunch of stuff. They're like a kind of like a group, right? Like an organization, right? Like kind of company-esque. And by me stepping in line and being like, would you like to? They'd have to like look at their schedule, be like, what am I willing to sacrifice? And that part bugs me so much personally because I feel like I'm ruining something you already preset. Like these people are busy, you know. I feel like I've said too much as well. That's another big problem is I feel like I might have overstepped my talking boundaries. Because again, I've told you guys on stream, everybody that watches stream, everybody that watches the VODs. I know there's a lot of people recently that have been watching the VODs. I appreciate you guys. Hi, I see you. I've said this plenty of times, right? That, like, I talk a lot, and I kind of just don't have a very good filter or clue when I'm saying something that might be deemed over the boundaries that might make people uncomfortable. I kind of have a bit of a problem with that. And I've been trying to find the grounds of acknowledging where those problems lie and try to fix it, you know, because I don't like bugging people. I don't like making people feel uncomfortable. I think that is something that anybody who watches me long enough is going to know that about me. It's the thing that makes me very sad. It makes me very angry about, but not angry at them, angry at me. Like, I'm angry at me and only me. Like, because it's frustrating to meet new people and then scare them off because I talk too much, because I'm rapid gung ho fire and I say a bunch of shit that's just on my mind and it's just bugging me at the time, or I just say something at the top of my head or whatever the fuck, you know. And I feel like that just ruins a lot of expectations for people that want to watch streams and stuff like that, because I spend a lot of time, especially now of recently, I've been talking more serious than I've just been goofing off. And I feel like it's because so much of the internet right now is filled to the brim with just so much bullshit right now. There's just so much pain. There are people, like, suffering. There are people that are being attacked. There are people being... there are so many problems. You know? Also, earlier, Alan, arigato gozaimasu for following on the TikTok, and Anime Night, arigato gozaimasu for following on the TikTok. Thank you, thank you. I didn't say that earlier, but thank you. I just want to say that it can be very confusing to navigate the minefield that is the streamer space. Oh my god. You know? Because I don't know what's okay. I don't know if me asking to, you know, hang out. Because one thing I don't like doing is, like, I like to meet people that I can just have a conversation with outside of setting up a collaboration. I don't feel... it makes me feel kind of uncomfortable when I have people that only talk to me because they want to collaborate with me, and it's mainly because it feels like they're going through a systematic list of things, if that makes sense. They're going through a systematic list of people that they feel like this particular stream and this particular game and this particular person would be the best thing for the stream. And it makes me feel like I'm not like a person. I'm like a statistic. I'm a tool. And that bugs me to no end. So it makes me uncomfortable. And I always establish what makes me uncomfortable because I don't like, again, it's scary. And the big problem is, the reason why I'm so scared to meet new people, especially through people who might watch me on stream and like get into that conversation piece, if that makes sense, is because most of the time I don't know you. I get that makes sense. Duh. Duh. Obvious. Captain fucking obvious over here. Duh. But like, again, I don't know people, and that leads to those issues where I feel like if I, you know, let's say that there's a person who might be a streamer or whatever, and they're a smaller streamer, and they go, I would love to collaborate with you, and blah, 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 blah. And then what if, like, you know, me accepting that friendship or that thing, and, like, it leads to, like, one day I then have a conversation with that person, and then just one thing they don't agree with or something like this, something random happens, right? And then all of a sudden, you're a bad guy. It's a power dynamic thing. It's all about this and that, and they have like a bunch of like shit. Like, because again, you got to think about it on the internet. How many times has that already happened where people use it's a power dynamic as an excuse to then drag that person down so that they can climb back up? How many times has that fucking happened on the internet? How many times has someone been vindictive to people just because they just fucking hate them because they don't accept what they want them to accept? Like, Quite, one of my favorite YouTubers, he had to expose himself, not because he wanted to, not because he chose to, but because he was basically, you know, arm twisted, forced to accept that he needs to talk about this shit. Where a lot of the conversation about it was that he basically literally showed himself, exposed that he had nothing to hide. No mask, no hoodie, no glasses, just the real human being behind Quite, and proving every bit how innocent he really was. And what sucks, and the thing that scares me to this day, is the thing that I get scared of, is I build all these connections and I meet so many people, and Quite literally lost a bunch of people, a bunch of VTubers he used to know. I'm not even kidding. VTubers burnt that bridge because they assumed automatically that he was a bad person. And that to me shows so heavily a lack of trust. I'm scared that that could have been Cottontail. I'm scared that could be Iron Mouse. I'm scared that that might be Buff Pup. Again, he knew a lot of VTubers in that space. Okay? And if he said a lot of VTubers, basically all he would wish is that if they would be able to reestablish contact with them, you know, because he would like to mend those friendships and whatnot. And that hurt me so badly because I completely understand where he comes from. You've done nothing wrong. You were blamed for something that you didn't do. And then the world treats you like nothing but trash. And then when you're cleared of all wrongdoing, you're left with the same smoldering ashes you started with. Alone on an island by yourself. Where you have no way of establishing connections. And it's the worst feeling in the world. And it's why I hope that some of those VTubers at least gave the idea of at least admitting they were wrong, apologizing to Quite, and or at least not even doing any of those, but just establishing that bond again. Because I think what hurt him the worst was the people that weren't close to him, in terms of those people abandoning him that fast sucks. Because what you think is, I gotta burn this bridge fast because my job is in jeopardy. It really shows your priorities. It shows the type of person you are. It's ironic to me that Cinder was cutthroat, right? all about business. And people out there, as much as they care about friendships, there is an aspect to them that is business orientated first. The second any allegations, quote unquote, happen, bridges are burned almost immediately. Takahata, we still don't know the truth about Takahata. People assume Takahata was a bad guy. And then turns out some of the people that were in that group that were slandering and just saying shit with zero evidence, by the way, of proof that this conversation piece was happening. Some of their friendships broke apart because turns out that the manipulators were within that group from the start. This discredits everybody in that group now because you have one snake in the grass. And that's the biggest issue. Whether Takahata is guilty of this or not is not up to me. He's innocent until proven guilty in my eyes. Because, again, I don't know what the fuck he did. I don't know if he committed the crimes that he did. He's got some pretty solid evidence on the contrary. And with the new stuff that came out, it's also to the contrary of disbelief here. I'm at a stage of thinking, you know, where I wonder, is it really worth, like, meeting new people right now? I really want to, you know, establish connections and meet new people, but I'm fucking horrified to do that. I've been already burnt enough by that shit already. By personal friend groups, not even streamer friend groups, but just regular. And the entire problem that is faced here is the entire concept of holy shit. Like, it's no wonder why small content creators fear ever reaching out. They're seen as leeches. They're seen as disingenuous. They're seen as clout chasers. They're seen as all these fucking things. I've reached out to, and mind you, I have reached out to content creators before. I've reached out to content creators like smaller, bigger, like people with 1,000 followers. I've reached out to people with like 200. I've reached out to people with 50. And every time it's always the same charade. It's the same game, the same parade, the same stomping ground, the same shit, the same exact story in different flavors. Either you're ignored, you're rudely talked down to, you're looked at as like you want something from them, and it just really eats away at you because, like, you can't even blame them, right? Like, you can't blame them for shit. Like, it's so common to have to, like, think like that. You know what I mean? We're not allowed to think outside of that sphere or bubble, because the second you do is the second somebody is so willing to take advantage of that and take advantage of you. And that's the scariest thing. There are so many VTubers that I've seen, and that it's been proven that there's a big problem on the space. Constantly there's a war going on Twitter, where one of the people called Chacha Chilla TTV literally and I mean this, literally did a bunch of fucked up shit like doxing and all this shit. Psychopathic fucking behavior who needs mental fucking help. They left Twitter because they were trying to gain sympathy points and lie under their teeth, while knowing people like Apollo from Mythos and tons of creators in general, and they all have stories about this shit. And I don't 100% like believe like things, but when the person, I believe Apollo and crew way more, because the other individual has done nothing but lie and make fake tweets like using somebody else's hospital photo of them in the hospital as saying that, hey, I'm in the hospital. And when people found out, you know, and easily fucking found the image originally about who that was and realizing that that's pretty fucked up. You know, I'm just saying that, motherfucker, it's absurd. And this is a common thing. There are tons of people. I think Numi was going through some terrible shit. You know, Apollo obviously was going through some terrible shit. You know, Vishojo went through some fucking horrible shit. So many people are going through some horrible shit right now. And like, and it makes you fucking think, you know what I mean? It really makes you think, like, what's going on? You know? People are too scared to reach out to each other because, like, again, it's just, it's all over the place, man. We're at a stage where life just isn't treated well. People aren't treated well. Hello, Fago. Welcome. You know what I mean? The world is treated like garbage. If you have nothing to offer, you're worthless. If you do have something to offer, once you run out, you run tap dry, that pool is gone, you're worthless. Anybody at any point can just make up something, and the internet will believe them if they're popular enough. And the list just goes on and on and on and on and on, and it feels like shit. This is why I'm afraid to reach out to people. Even the ones I know. I even have older friends that still stream to this day that I would love to reach out to and talk to them, but I'm afraid to talk to them because it's been so long, and I feel like it feels like a betrayal, you know? There are people that, you know, message me and I haven't messaged them in a bit, but, you know, I'm just like, it's like, I'm concising and I'm writing stuff. And like, again, you don't always have to message every single time. I try my best to message as much when somebody responds. If I'm just not good with what they're doing, I just go, yo, can we chill with like all this stuff? I got you. But like, I'm right now overburdened as fuck right now with a bunch of shit. Do you mind this and that? I need my space. I got you. I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm not saying this and that, but like this and that, you know, like I've got a lot of my plate, and I've got people pushing their stuff onto my plate, like shoving their problems onto me. And it happens a lot because I'm very pushover-y when it comes to that shit, where people rely on me and not realize that they're over relying on me. And I don't feel like telling them that they're over relying on me because it's like walking on a landmine, you know? I see it, and it's an immediate, oh no, they're going to get mad, they're going to cry about it, they're going to think I betrayed them, there's all this other stuff. And that stems from it happening consistently. It's always happened with people. You know, they lean on me, and I try to do my best to support them, and then they go too far. And then when I ask for space, just for a little bit to like breathe, I'm a bad person. I'm an evil person. I'm too much. You're this, you're that, you're fun to hang out with, but X, Y, and Z. And it happens all the fucking time, and it bothers me to no end. Because this is such a common thing in the VTuber space right now. If I could, like, again, I bring up Krelly a lot because I've been watching a lot of Krelly, but if I had the opportunity to like, you know, sit down and like collaborate with like Krelly, you know, that'd be great. But I'd be scared as hell. All honesty, I'd be afraid to fuck that up. I'd be afraid that I'm gonna say something out of pocket that's gonna ruin that shit. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna say something that would, like, that's why I couldn't even. If I knew, like, gotten to know some of those people, right? I think I'd have a heart attack, because I think I would just be too afraid to hurt their feelings. I'd be too afraid to make a mistake about, like, saying something out of pocket. And that fear isn't just like a fear that has no placement or like substance to it. It's happened before. I guarantee you, I have said something to past streamers that I've known that probably just think I'm way too much, or they don't agree with something I said, or whatever the fuck, and they get mad at me, and then they ignore me for the remainder of my life or whatever, and then I just sit there and I go, oh shit, I guess I fucked up. I don't know what I fucked up on, but that sucks. And then I just have to forcibly move the fuck on. And that's perfectly, you know, it's not like it's unreasonable. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It feel like, again, I'd feel like I would be such a... the problem is, I want to reach out to people. I want to talk to people. I want to collaborate more. I want to do more fun things. I want to be able to do more fun things for you guys, and meet new people and go on adventures and do so much new things. Because you live once in life. But the internet is so fucking scary right now. I don't know who to trust. I don't know if the next person that I collaborate with is just going to use me for whatever reason. And then make a bajillion 100,000 page fucking Google Docy all about shit that never even fucking happened. And then everybody's gonna believe them, and then, like, I die. Or something. I don't fucking know. Again, it feels like every step that I take, I am walking on eggshells. And those eggshells are actually landmines. And at any step, I'm gonna die. Because you have to tread the water so damn carefully. Every word, everything you do, everything you say, every part of yourself is just wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Bad, bad, bad. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Bad, bad, bad. It's a constant beatdown. There's never a positive silver lining in the space right now. Anybody that does anything positive is treated like it's a negative. Fucking Chibidoki literally just said Happy Men's Day. That's it. And was gonna go get her dad some fucking flowers for you know, that, right? And she was lambasted for it. For just wishing men to be happy. You just can't win with people. The world is just bitter as fuck right now. Everything you do is bitter as fuck. Everybody has an agenda. Everybody has something to do. And it feels like I'm isolated and alone because I can't make those connections that I've wanted to make for so long, because every time I think I can make that connection, I am instantly lambasted with the realization of just how fucked people are. The streamer space is filled to the brim with some of the most fucked up people on the internet. Some of them are hiding in plain sight and we just don't even fucking know it yet. You know what's funny though? Speaking of Krelly, I actually recently found out that a streamer that I used to watch all the time, and he'd occasionally help me with my Final Fantasy 14 raids. His name is CPU Blonde. Apparently he's a moderator for Krelly, so that was surprising. So that makes me question a few things. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but also, oh, that means that there's a chance that I might know who that person is. Oh, that'd be scary. I don't want to think about that. Because even in CPU Blonde circle, there was a lot of fucking problems. I had beef with one of the fucking people there. I know that for a fact. I had beef with one individual. And it really wasn't even that big a deal. Back in the day, Blonde was doing a one-time stream, right? Like a where people could do a bunch of redeems for super cheap. One of them was, you know, banning, right? You can basically ban somebody for a set period of time, well, suspend them essentially for a set period of time. Now, if you know me, giving control of the ability to suspend somebody for a total of 5 seconds in a stream where you're just trying to have a conversation with people and everybody's gung-hoing it, right? And you're just trying to enjoy the stream and it gets interrupted because remember, those suspensions also play a part in every other mechanic. You should, I'll say it as it is. Twitch should not allow you to give the ability to have a command that allows people to suspend somebody else. That is a tool for punishment, not a tool for entertainment. End of story. No one should do that. I'm not blaming Blonde for it. It was of a time period where that was a very common thing for people to do. I think it's stupid to this day. I think it's a dumb idea to do that. And it frustrates people because they're just there to talk and they get fucking flagged and shot down for no reason. And it pisses people off. And so I went on the Discord and said, yo, dog, I don't appreciate that. It's actually frustrating. Is there any way we can get like a you know, a whitelist or something like that of people that don't want to be a part of this? It's just kind of frustrating. And this one individual legitimately would absolutely talk down to me constantly. And would just infinitely talk down to you. It's like, it's not that big a deal. It's just 5 seconds and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, okay, it's 5 seconds, but it's 5 seconds every 5 seconds. It adds up at some point because there's no cooldown on each individual person. Somebody can just pick a person, say that person, that person, that person, that person, that person, that person, and it could be you infinitely. Which to me, by the way, it was a total of about 1 minute and 30 seconds of being banned because everybody kept fucking hitting me because it was just for fun. Because when one person does it, everybody starts going for it. You know, the hive mind effect. So as you can imagine being suspended by one person and then suspending another person and then another person and another person as a joke. And then that person just goes, well, I'm not really having fun now because I'm sitting in a stream where you're just not being able to interact. The thing that this entire platform is designed around, while everybody else is banning very select people. And you want to know what the funny part was? I was not the only one at the time that was really frustrated with that. And what's really sad is I didn't want to detract from Blonde stream at the time. I felt like it was that'd be wrong, but I needed to say this because it was becoming a problem and I can tell other people were frustrated. And instead of the moderator being nice about it, this particular moderator who was a streamer as well, who has a very big history of being kind of a liar and doing a bunch of unnecessary things, fucking kept talking down to me over and over and over again, and it just pissed me the fuck off. Because, like, again, I can get a read on you very easily. I can kind of probably see your entire personality through just looking you in the eyes, given the circumstances. I can tell the type of person you are just by looking you in the eye. And when you start talking, I've got your read lock in key. It's my goddamn Kenki Gen, like the fuck, you know, like I can never say that fucking word. Kenki Genkai, you know, like in Naruto. That's my style. That's my thing. Straight up. Just in my blood. I can do it. And I only bring this up because, like, again, in any capacity, in any field, no matter where you are and no matter what you're doing, these types of things can happen in any capacity. This is a person that I just watched because I liked watching them. Right? And you want to know what the biggest reason, which sadly enough, the reason I stopped watching him was because of this moderator. That moderator caused me to not want to watch the streams ever again because it was that fucking frustrating. Not once, by the way, did I get an apology for that, for being not only talked down to, but then the other moderator got really fucking annoyed about this whole fucking conversation, you know? And the other moderator I respected, like genuinely respected. Seeing them annoyed, I was like, great, you're annoyed. Everybody's annoyed. It ruined the expectation, and that really pissed me off because it was a simple thing. Can this happen or not? Simple question, simple thing that I kept, you know, I insisted because it was super frustrating. And instead of hearing my words and acknowledging that this is a problem or acknowledging that there might be people that don't care to do this, being talked down to by moderators is one of the biggest fucked up things you can do to somebody. And I'm sorry. And I brought this up because, like, it's fucking surprising that, like, again, it's seeing that Corelli's one of Corelli's moderators, because it just happened when I was watching one of the VODs. I said, wait, I know that moderator. I watch their content. Like, I'm in their Discord. I know them. They used to help me with my Final Fantasy 14 raids. In fact, they had a funny story about it because we both saw it because they were helping with it. It was super fucking funny when there was like a secondary red mage during the Titan fight, and they do a backflip and the outer ring fell off and he fell into the abyss, and it was really fucking funny. But again, Blonde himself isn't a bad person, not at all. Like, I genuinely still think he's got great stuff, and if you haven't seen him, look up CPU Blonde on Twitch. He's a super cool dude. He named himself that, I think, back in the day when he used to watch Lost Pause. He used to be Lost Pause's moderator before Lost Pause kind of fell off. In fact, a lot of old anime heads right now are kind of really jaded right now. Anime Man, Aki Dearest, and Lost Pause kind of all are in that boat right now, which is really sad because I used to watch all of them. And every time I see them, it's either some weird narcissistic take, talking and belittling their own audience when just asking a question or wondering something, and being frustrated when things aren't going their way, and it just really rubs me wrong, you know what I mean? It feels uncomfortable hearing that from those people that I used to look up to. And so CPU Blonde, I moved over to watching them because, like, oh, they're fun. I like watching their streams. They were funny. They were goofy. They had a really good time playing games, and I loved watching them. I think they were a great content creator, given the circumstances. But unfortunately, they had a lot of problems in their life that wouldn't allow them to do stuff. And I'm not mentioning what those are, but essentially, what I'm trying to get at is they had to stop streaming. That's when they met another individual who became one of their moderators, who we joined them for, it was a raid that Blonde did, and basically met this person through a raid, and then they became friends, and then that person joined their server, and then that person, and stuff like that. And I've had some hot takes before. I remember, like, I had some very awkward fucking takes, and I admit I had some fucking problems, but, like, it wasn't like fucking absolute bonker wonkeros. But back then, I was like, again, growing up, lots of shit, lots of problems. But I've learned and grown from that and moved away from anything. Not like not with like anything like super crazy. Like, I was like, oh, you know, nothing like that. Like, I'm not gonna pull a PewDiePie on the bridge. You know what I mean? I always do that. I always do that to scare somebody. Like, they're just not expecting that, and they just go, oh! Yeah. You know what I mean? And so when I talk about this, it's because you kind of start to realize that the streamer space is quite small. When moderators that you watch, you notice. And then you notice, well, that's weird. And then you go, well, then who is this person? Oh, God. And then you go, oh, God. And then, oh, God. And you just realize just how simple the content creation space is, how small it is. And unless you're able to already be in that space, you will never be in that space. You will never be able to reach out to people because it's a close-knit community. And you realize this. You could be a VTuber for years and years and years and years and years and years. Like me. I've been around here for like 10 plus years now. Like a content creator for 10 plus years. Not even a joke. And you can work hard every day of your life You can try to make connections. You can do all that stuff. And it just sometimes just doesn't work out. Just doesn't. And I think it sucks that unless you already know somebody within a community, basically, I hate to say this, but I kind of feel like the VTubing space is a little bit of nepotism. Small amount of nepotism. If you're in the big group and trio of people, you might, if you get popular on your own, they might invite you to the clique, essentially, right? And I don't want to make it sound like they're bad people by doing that. It's an understandable thing. When you get too big at one point, it's hard to, like, find the right people in your life, right? That's not an understatement. That is literally how it works. Once you get too big, things have to change. You have to change it up, and that's perfectly reasonable. But there's also an aspect of it that really does feel like nepotism. Because a lot of hardworking, very talented streamers that I see that are very small, who work a 9-to-5 job on top of trying to do their passions, go unrecognized all of their life. They try so hard to get somewhere. Remember, I brought up the VTuber last time, the B VTuber, who they were feeling down about, you know, that they felt like they were running in circles, and, you know, I told people to check them out, and I hope people did. I hope people did check them out. Because, you know, I felt like I felt the genuineness from them, and I think that their model's amazing. I think that they're very talented. I think they're quite funny. I checked out some of their old VODs, and honestly, I think they're pretty funny. I think that they're a good watch. I just, when I see them, and they have like 1,000, you know, followers, yet there's barely anybody watching them, I always feel so sad, because that's somebody with a lot of genuine talent, a lot of knack for the space, and they are just being underappreciated or never really getting to be seen through their hard dedication and work. Like, I told them, like, just very bluntly what I thought just by watching them, or like watching the stuff, like the TikTok that they produced, and they were like, what the fuck, bro? He's like, I'm crying at work right now. And I just really felt that, you know, it hits you in a particular place in your heart, you know? Like, because at some point, you can't really, like, realistically just start rating people at random, right? When you're Iron Mouse, you're just so big. And one negative thing can absolutely fuck you up. And that's why I understand people like Iron Mouse, Buff Pup, etc. You know what I mean? It just sucks. All right, Figo. You have a good one. Get some good sleepy sleeps. Have a good rest of your night. And again, I do apologize if I'm talking a lot about this unnecessarily, because it might be boring for people, you know, as I'm just here talking all the time, and more than I actually play games these days, just because I stop what I'm doing to really talk about things, and I feel like that's boring, and I feel like that's annoying for people, instead of just playing a game. But a lot's been on my mind, and this type of stuff I feel like I just really want to talk about. The streamer space to me is scary. I feel like I'm never going to ever really truly meet anybody to collaborate with or talk to, or, you know, ever get to do those things. It's a big part of something I really love, you know, meeting new people, you know, chatting, talking, getting to entertain people and many people. And in the streamer space, it's quite scary because of the ideas of nepotism, the ideas of It's not all nepotism, by the way. I'm not saying that like, oh, all big streamers are nepotists. It's not like that. It's the idea that a lot of getting into this type of stuff is either pure luck or nepotism for the most part. You either already have the bridges to basically build a new connection, or you have to build it from scratch, and you just have to hope to God you have enough wood to build the first bridge, essentially. Because if you don't, then you're kind of fucked. You know what I mean? It's the idea of getting lucky that is a big contributing factor. People always say that it's not all about luck, and that's true. A lot of it is hard work, dedication, time and effort, but sometimes you feel like your efforts, your time and the effort you put in, your time, your effort, and all the blood, sweat, and tears you put into something isn't enough. And you start to question, am I enough? Is something wrong with me? Am I just boring? Am I just bad? Am I just this? Am I just that? And it eats away at you. And no one really sees that side of streamers, because that happens to every version of streamers. Small, big, medium, doesn't matter where you're from on any angle. Everybody deals with this exact acknowledgement. You feel like, especially bigger people, they have to keep one-upping themselves in order to stay relevant. And that's, I think, the hardest part for a content creator, is to keep finding ways to one-up themselves or get that very niche, dedicated audience that will support them through and through. And it's painful. It's awkward. It's annoying. You know? I know I'm supposed to be playing games, but I kind of don't even feel like playing Warframe right now, because as much as I want to, like, don't get me wrong, I want to play Warframe, but I'm really distracted right now. Maybe it's just because I'm doom scrolling Twitter and TikTok, and all I see are people constantly complaining and never really truly finding a moment of peace. And I just feel like everything sucks right now. I would love to reach out to more people. I wish I could talk to more people. That's a big thing I keep saying, is I want to reach out to people. I just don't know if I'm allowed to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to do that with the people I already know. I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I'm taking away from them. Because I don't always have people chatting all the time, you know? Like, I don't have something to offer that they want. I feel like I have to give them something, and I don't understand why I feel that way. I really don't understand why I feel like I have to, in order to be allowed in their presence, I have to find an offering to give them. I don't understand why I feel like that. Because I'm sure that the people that I know, example, Razzle, right? I'm so sure Razzle doesn't fucking care. I don't think Razzle fucking cares if I, like, oh, this and that. I don't think she cares, right? But in my head, I feel wrong, you know? It hurts to hurt them. I'm taking away from their time, their day, and their efforts to do something. Does that make sense? They deserve better. And I'm not doing anything for them. That makes sense. I feel like I'm taking away from them more than I'm giving to them. So, I don't know. Recently, I've just been feeling like shit. I've reached out to so many content creators in the past, and I have gotten basically no responses, or either just, well, really just gotta leave it as no responses, essentially. And I've been it's just been a slog fest. I just feel bad. I'm just ever wondering if I'll ever be able to really meet anybody ever again, or if I'm just going to exist on this platform to the day, you know, in the sense, you know, I don't really care, like, what happens. Is that victim mentality? Who gives a fuck about no. Victim mentality is, woe is me, I'm the victim, I blah, 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 blah. You know, they hurt me, they hurt me, they hurt me, it's their fault, it's their fault, it's their fault. That's just if it's a victim mentality is so different. I don't know where that even came from. Victim mentality is very specific. That is very bad. Trust isn't something you give, you earn. To trust your friends is to know your friends. I've already talked about this before. I've had friends that I've trusted and they've taken advantage of that trust. That is why that door is closed, because of that. People have this happen all the time. It's trauma, it's issues. It's not... To use the word victim mentality is very strange logic to come out of that. Because what I'm saying isn't woe is me, because I would be, as a victim mentality, right, would be me saying all of them did this to me. You know, they hurt me. Not once did I bring up that they did anything wrong. And I've been bringing up multiple times as per thing, right, that they've done nothing wrong. Nothing about them is wrong. Nothing. It's just me. I'm just thinking on me. Like, I should reach out. I should do this and that, you know. And when I mean that I reach out to people, it sucks. I'm not complaining that they're not talking to me. I'm saying that mentally it's taxing. Anybody would be mentally taxed. Imagine reaching out, like, again, I talked about this with jobs, right? Jobs, if you go out and apply to 1,000 jobs and you get 5 of them coming back to you potentially, and all of them are fruitless efforts anyways, you're gonna be upset. Obviously, you're not gonna try to blame the job market. Some people do, because again, there's a lot of ghost jobs, but that's the opposite of the point I'm trying to bring up. You're just venting a frustration about how you feel in the situation, instead of using it as a weapon to demand something. That is why I found the victim mentality thing weird, because to be a victim in a situation is a completely different story. The terminology and words used would be very much different. Again, I deal with that stuff a lot constantly. I've had victim mentality people. My ex-boyfriend was a victim mentalitist. That's why I know that. They would use a lot of terminologies like, you hurt me, they did this, I don't like how you made me feel sad. Those are victim mentality words. Those are the words that a person who plays the victim, especially when they're in the wrong, they try to paint themselves as the hurt one, the scared one, the one that's in pain, when they know what they're doing is painful and hurting the other person. That's what that is. That's a big difference. Me going, I tried to reach out to a bunch of streamers, didn't work out, I feel like shit because I question my own worth, is me questioning myself, not them. There's a massive difference. Like a huge difference. Because if I, putting the terminology, if I wanted to play the victim card, I'd be like, man, too bad. It's like, I reached out to them, man, that sure made me feel bad. They never, why do they always never want to collaborate, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're throwing shade at them. If you're throwing shade at them and you're like, man, they sure made me feel like garbage. When I say I felt like shit versus they made me feel like shit are two different statements. I felt like shit is me saying that my emotions at the time and me feeling right at that moment was not great. I didn't feel good. No one was to blame. It's just the emotion you feel. Emotions don't dictate the actions behind something. Your language and wording can do that, but you also have to be in context of how that person's also talking. If they're talking like, man, they sure hurt me. Why does everybody hate me so? Blah, blah, blah. Like, they're using terminology like that to kind of get under your skin. Yeah, that's fucked up. I've been around the block enough to know that. There's a VTuber that was on the internet who was attacking people like Apollo Mythos and lying, who was doxing people first off and doing a bunch of shit, and then playing that exact victim mentality card, by the way. You can see that on the... This person, this VTuber, fucking left Twitter. They completely destroyed their account. Gone. Because they were being lambasted with facts and being called out at every instance of their lies. Using somebody else's hospital photo to gain sympathy points. That is victim mentality. You're not actually a victim. You're playing the victim. A real victim isn't gonna want to really necessarily, like, talk about the problem. Until most likely years later when they have gone through enough to let it go and then be able to be brave enough to talk about it, and they might not even get to that point ever. Particular individuals of a particular crime that starts with S, you'll understand that they tend to not say anything because they always blame themselves anyways before anything. Usually a real victim doesn't blame anybody but themselves because, again, victims are usually lambasted. And victim mentality people tend to use very expressive particular language. That particular language is very noticeable. Need I remind you about the TikTok girl who filmed the man, by the way, filmed the man in his own home while he was half naked, which he was drunk out his fucking mind, and then called it SA, posted it online, and then when she got punished for it, by the way, she started screaming by literally TikTok not allowing her to monetize and being fired from DoorDash. She started screaming, "I'm the victim. I'm the victim." That is victim mentality in the most extreme variant. That's victim mentality. That right there. That's victim mentality. Victim mentality is narcissism. It's nothing more than narcissism. There's differences. To understand those differences is incredibly important, by the way. Sorry, just messaging somebody. So when I mentioned something, right, it's just, I'm only like, I just want to reiterate something, right? For you, Legend, right? I'm not atting you. I'm not gonna at you on this one. This is why I talk about it. Like I just, because I talk in general, right? That's just the type of person I am. I just talk and I talk and I talk and I talk and I don't shut the fuck up. I just never shut the fuck up, you know. But when I talk about something, I also like to try to help people learn something. And when you use the word victim mentality, that's a very heavy accusation. Even when you're just basically, you know, saying something as like, isn't that victim mentality? I get where you're coming from. So that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I'm streaming to multiple platforms right now: YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. And all in all, our words can be used as ammunition for other people. And so I'm very selective with how I talk about things and how I kind of try to say something, but still be honest and open about it. But because I don't sugarcoat things. Like, I don't like doing that. I don't like sugarcoating shit because it's all stupid. Like, if you sugarcoat something, no one's going to learn a fucking lesson. Let's be real. So, again, all I'm saying is that be careful because if it was like, I don't know, this is a conversation. Exactly. It's a conversation. We're just talking. We're trying to figure out and come to terms. Some random dickhead on the internet, some random VTuber or some random like flesh tuber might see you say, aren't you having you're playing the victim right now. Isn't that victim mentality? That person would instantly, if they were under the wrong circumstances, would fucking go absolute lambasting on you. Probably ban you, probably say a bunch of stupid shit on the internet, and, you know, actually unironically start playing the victim, right? When all you had to do was just use your fucking words, right? That's a big difference. Because when I talk about, again, how I feel, and I make it clear, I've seen it happen before. There are literal VTubers and flesh tubers that literally ban you for the stupidest of fucking reasons. Unless it's a joke. Like, again, like Queso. I love Queso, by the way. Queso's so good. Queso will ban you for making jokes, but it's all for fun. Like, legitimately. It's just all jokes and fun, you know? It's a whole bit. I think his parents are in on the joke, too. Like, his parents will actually say the same jokes as all of chat, too. So, you know... Oh. So, yeah, it's stupid. There are tons of people that act like this all the fucking time. It's absolutely, how do I fucking say? It's stupid. It's dumb. And I hate it. This is why I try to be as honest as possible. I don't put on a mask. Like, a lot of people put on a mask to pretend to be something they're not. You know, a lot of me like, hey guys, today we're gonna play Warframe. I can't wait to play wacky Fortnite. You know, people do that shit all the time because, again, it's entertaining. I could do that. I could do that. I could just go, all right, guys, we're gonna play some games and go absolutely bonker-wonkeros. Let's go. I can't wait to... That shit's fucking annoying. It gets people's attention, yeah, and you can, it'll get people to like stick around. And whatever the fuck, but it's disingenuous. A lot of times it's just disingenuous. That's not their real personality. That's not how they actually act. They're doing it for a show, and well, entertainment purposes, duh, they gotta play it up. It's like, yeah, but like, again, when they let their masks slip for a second, right? The mask they put on to pretend to be like something they're not, you come off as disingenuous. The second you start raging at something and yelling about something, if you're seen as the happy-go-lucky saint of the internet, and then all of a sudden you, I don't know, drop a PewDiePie on the bridge at random just because you're really angry, right? Bro, you're seen as a evil person. You might not be. That's the crazy part, right? Some masks are just there to be a show. So they put on a personality to be able to play up a role. That's normal. But the problem is, the mask has now been obscured by disingenuous actors. People that use the mask as an excuse to be a shitty person in the other half of their life. Taking advantage of others by using this mask like a wolf in sheep's clothing to be able to do horrible shit. And that's why I fucking hate that shit. This is why I try so hard to be as honest and open as possible and just be who I am. If I'm not feeling good today, I'm not gonna put on a brave face and pretend like I am. I'm gonna tell you straight up, dog, I'm not having a good day. I might end stream earlier than normal because I'm just not having a good day. You know? I'll be like, I might just not stream that day and let people know I'm not feeling a good amount of effort. I feel not good and I don't want that to bum people. Maybe I stop what I'm doing like I am right now with Warframe and just go, I'm gonna talk instead. You know? And again, I don't want to be that negative Nancy in the room and tell every person, every time, like every single bastard that has ever bastard before, you know what I mean? Is like, everybody that puts on that mask is a bad person, because it's not always the case. You want to know what that's called? It's called nuance. It's not just black and white, bad and good. It's people that have their mask off and never have it on can be a fucked up bad person. Remember Johnny Somali? He's just who he is. That guy is just that guy. That's it. That's who he is. He's a fucked up person. He doesn't hide that. He doesn't sugarcoat. He doesn't pretend to be nothing. He is just straight up an asshole. As simple as that. Aiden Ross, same thing. They're XQC, same thing. They're all just straight guttural point, right? And they're not exactly good people. You don't have to put on a mask to be successful. Some people will just absolutely love you being an asshole and being horrible to other people. It happens all the fucking time. But on the same pace, if you're trying to achieve a goal, sometimes putting that mask on is better. But I believe that I want people to see me for me. I don't need you to know that I'm trans. I don't think many people fucking care. I don't care to always tell people. When people ask me if I'm a femboy, I go, no, I'm not. I'm trans if you want specifics, but I don't care if you call me a femboy, because who cares? Go for it. Right? Sometimes I get a little annoyed because I'm having an off day, but I'm not actually annoyed with you or the concept. I'm just annoyed about something else in my life that's going on, and it's not you. And I usually let people know that. Because, again, honesty is a policy. Not all the time do we have to be 100% honest all the time. I'm not saying that you have to be 100% saint honest. Little white lies don't hurt anybody, but who gives a fuck if you lie occasionally? I don't give a shit. As long as you're not lying about, like, something super severe. I don't know. And I really don't fucking care. If you want to say you've been to the moon before, is that a harmless little lie? Yeah, pretty much. I don't give a shit. If you want to say you've been with, like, 40 girls and that you're, like, a super sex chad, and I clearly don't believe you, I'm not going to tell you. I think it's funnier to not tell you. But just know that I don't believe you. You know what I mean? Like, it's clear when something is exaggerated for the sake of exaggeration. When I was a kid, I do that all the time. I used to exaggerate all my fucking things that just, to this day, makes me cringe. You know, because, again, our lives aren't as grand, you know what I mean? So it makes sense. Hello, Riftwalk. Welcome, welcome. Welcome in, welcome in. We're just talking right now. I kind of stopped playing the game for a while, and we've just been kind of just discussing things. Just because I have a lot to talk about right now. You know, internet shit and whatnot. Oh, I'm good for now. I don't really have like a game plan right now. I think I'm just gonna be running the circuit for a little bit for today, and just trying to get some circuit grinding done. And then probably just do some small grinds. I'm pretty good with just grinding in general. Usually if I do need help, I'll let people know. I do appreciate it though, but I'm good. I'm not doing anything too extraneous that's gonna require, like, the waves of destruction. Being like, hey, and then die. I'm good. But yeah, I really just wanted to say, essentially, yo, shit fucking suck. We gotta understand that shit motherfucking suck. And that's okay. It's okay to suck. You know what I'm saying? It's okay that you're not exactly the most interesting person in the world. I argue that the person who's not trying to be more than the sum of their parts, to me, you're more interesting. If you're entertaining, you're, you know, in a capacity. You're not Iron Mouse levels. You're not Krelly style. You do your own thing, you know, but it's clear that you put in effort, right, in what you do. Whether you're just talking like I am now, whether you're just having fun playing a game, or whatever the fuck you're doing, it's okay. Do your thing. If you need to put on a mask to feel like and play up a role, right? Like pretend to be like, I am the ultimate life form. I don't know, like Shadow the Hedgehog, like fucking shit, like I am the ultimate life form. Chaos control. Yeah, you're just playing up a role of a character, and you do that every time you stream, you know, and you occasionally let your mask slip. It could be a funny bit. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What's a bad thing, on the other hand, is when, oh, I don't know. What the hell is this? Summons the ocean's depths. Umbra. Mag. Vault.
The challenges of the Undercroft mirror the many battles of the Tenno. Prove you are the equal of their fighting spirit.
I need 125. What is going on out there? I'm gonna go check on what they're doing. You know what? I'm gonna... Yeah. We'll do Umbra. Umbra it is. He is king. And he is cool. Yes, sir. Ah. It's crazy. All right, let's go.
Thrax must be fought on many fronts. In Duviri, we engage his forces. But through the Undercroft, we challenge his very essence.
Go.
Secrets lie buried deep within the Undercroft.
Yeah.
The Paradox provides the means to extract them.
The Paradox provides your mom's
must protect
ass.
the excavators and keep them powered. Extractor charge expended.
Farewell. 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 Farewell.
Extractor is out of power.
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
Void treasure location established. An extractor requires power.
No, sir. What was draining my power earlier?
Extractor charge expended.
Mind if I have this real quick? Sucker! Don't touch me now, bitch. Can't touch this bitch.
Extractor in place.
Yes.
Marking void treasure extraction site.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Excuse me. Got stuck in your head. LOL. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's pick this up real quick. I will not dance for no one. You can... The power of what? Christ? I didn't know you believed in... okay. The power of Christ compels you!
Extractor deploying. A new void treasure may now be extracted.
Why do I keep missing that attack?
Extractor in place.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, now I got two to worry about. Why were they so close to each other? That shouldn't be the case. Move too fast.
An extractor is out of power. An extractor requires power.
I got two to worry about.
A void treasure has been located.
Much as I love Umber, my Umber build is ass. He just gets completely flambéed at random. Not to mention the weapons I'm using are kind of garbage for this run. I've been getting some pretty bad weapon runs. Like, weapons matter just as much as anything else.
Enemies are assaulting your excavator. A way out is now open to you. But
Alright, let's go for just one more.
here for the taking. Do not expect me to tell you when to stop. Judge for yourself.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop that crap. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop that crap. This is why I hate Exodus enemies. They're trash. I still hate to this day Exodus enemies being so tanky and annoying. They're not fun to fight against. let me just give them some random gimmick that makes them really annoying and only apply to not be a problem if you are basically making overpowered builds. Essentially, they use them as the issue to be like, we need to solve a problem where players are too strong. Let's add enemies that are really fucking annoying that would...
What a waste! Your scarred vessel comes to beg once more.
Like I'm getting knocked down from unknown sources again.
From the clutches of its rightful owner, I, Captain War.
Doc, I'm gonna need you to ask you to shut up. Every enemy has a chance to stun you and knock you on the ground, which is not great and very bad. Very annoying too. Enemies steal your energy. This is like another problem. I really think they just need to remove the Exodus enemies entirely and just come up with some actually unique enemy types. Or at least do something with the Exoduses that actually make them fun. Because I'm not gonna lie, I still think Exodus enemies are just very boring. Either they're so piece of cake easy that you don't care, or they're so fucking annoyingly difficult that you suffer. There's no in-between with the Exodus enemies. They're just fundamentally just garbage. They don't really offer any, like, sustainable changes to the gameplay loop. They only downgrade it, if that makes sense. And I think that's more telling of the Exodus enemies were added in a time where they didn't really know what to do. And they've got enemy variety. That's not a joke. They do have enemy variety chances. It just feels so awkward. Why it acts this way? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe just maybe it'll get better. I don't fucking know. For now. Maybe they'll change it up. I don't know. Whatever the case is, fuck is this? But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end. It's 10 o'clock. Not really exactly the greatest of, feeling. And I think it's high time that we just, take a break. I've been doom scrolling Twitter for too long. And like TikTok and just not really feeling great. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It's okay. I think it's just good. I think I just need to take some time to just relax. I just need to relax. Thanks for stopping by, though. I appreciate it, everybody that was here. Alright, I think I'm just not in a great mood. I apologize for talking so long and not playing the game. Soon or later, it will be good to go